When women think men having basic boundaries is controlling. When men having basic boundaries is controlling, like, you know, wanting to do, I don't know, what is basic boundaries? I'm trying to learn what that truly means. I'm trying to learn what that truly means.
Let's see. Going back to your notes here, you said controlling ass men, like the ones on Secret Lives of Mormons. So I don't know that show.
Secret Lives of what?
It's Mormon.
Secret Lives of Mormons. Secret Lives of Mormons. It's funny how I know what he was going for without actually needing to hear the whole thing. Yeah, controlling men. Controlling men.
Wives is a show that's
You're too far. Please, come on.
Mormon Wives. It's a show that's out right now that's kind of popular.
Right,
I think I am.
Sorry.
But yeah, their husbands are just very, very controlling when it comes to that.
How does that mean?
For example, there was an episode where they went to Chippendales as like a fun little activity, and 2 of their husbands threatened like divorce.
So?
Because they went there.
Good.
Sure.
Yeah, what's wrong?
They went to Chippendales. They went to a place to eat. Well, threatening divorce because you went out to eat, you wanted to go out to eat. I think that's too much. Having a discussion and sitting them down, it's just like, no, there's nothing wrong with me going out and spending time with a friend. There's nothing wrong with going out and spending time with a friend. But yeah, there is an extent to, you know, you never escalate.
I mean, you don't think that's a little controlling?
No, you
like
don't go to a fucking, my wife don't go to a Chippendales. You
really?
get a divorce.
Say it's like a bachelorette and it's a group of her friends.
No,
it's not her idea.
No.
Really?
Yeah,
Why do you feel that way?
Wait a second. Why would it be okay for my wife to go look at naked men?
Yeah. Yeah. I've never had a bachelor party. I've never seen, oh, wait, no. My brother did have a bachelor party, which I went to, and it was going to BLM land, which is a Bureau of Land Management, not Black Lives Matter. BLM actually has a real meaning beyond, like, before they was co-opted by, you know, the movement. It's the Bureau of Land Management, which is more like uncontested territory where, like, Native Americans have more sway. But yeah, the Bureau of Land Management, where we went there, we basically had a shooting range. There was like melons and cucumbers and things like that, which we were just shooting. We were shooting with, and then there was skeet shooting and clay pigeon shooting and all that kind of stuff. I think clay pigeon doesn't skeet, so it's the same thing. But yeah, we were doing all that target practice. But yeah, that's the only bachelor party I've ever been to. I've never been to any of these nasty, disgusting, westernized, oh, we got to see naked people before we get married type of nonsense. Why would I want to see anyone other than my wife? It's so freaking weird. Why would you want to see anyone other than your wife, especially before you get married? It's so freaking weird, so freaking backwards. Oh, one last hurrah before we get married. Why do you have any hurrahs before getting married? It's so weird. It's so weird. I'll never understand it. I will never understand it.
Because she's not touching them and she's not, you know?
Yeah, so what? Yeah, so what? Why would
so you think that's grounds for like a divorce or just like a conversation?
Yeah, well, if I told her no, yeah. Well, here, let's reverse it, right? I think it would be fair grounds for her to put up the same boundary and say, no, you can't go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Of course not. It's ridiculous. You're married. You have, it's absolutely inappropriate for you to do that.
A lot of women have issues with their boyfriends or husbands either watching porn or going to the strip club. Most women would not be cool with it.
That's not even the, I mean, you're right, by the way. You're right about that. But the thing is I guess my issue here, my contention is, what is actually the problem there? Do you think that a woman has some unique right when she's married to go look at naked men?
The way that they felt was, well, you don't trust me. Like, I'm not going to do anything. I would never cheat. You've known me for this many years. We've been together this long.
But you're still going to go look at somebody. Like, that's the thing. It's just like, no man wants their woman staring at another man, and no woman wants their man staring at another woman. It doesn't just go one way. It goes both ways. It goes both ways, and you respect the other party's choice. Like, if I even insinuated that I was planning on doing something like that, I would get death threats in my chat from Mrs. Scribbler. I would get death threats in my chat from Mrs. Scribbler, and you know what? She's right to do so. She is absolutely right to do so. Why? Because I am betraying her trust. I am betraying her trust on things we had agreed upon. On things that we both agreed upon that seems to be, well, morally correct. You don't objectify other people. We only objectify each other. Because we only should have eyes for each other, right? That just seems like common sense.
Like, have we not established trust? And that's why they were upset on the show.
I see. Well, my counter to that would just be this. Okay.
I got a counter too.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go. No, you. I meant I was going to go after you.
You started it. Are you?
Oh, no, I was going to go after you. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
So it comes down to the idea of just trust, right? And say, okay, well then I'm going to go buy a prostitute and I'm just going to sit up in the room with her and we're going to talk.
Well, one's public, I think, was the difference.
Why does that matter? Do you do realize that there's back rooms at a Chippendales and all those things, right?
Yeah, I think just one's more intent. Like a prostitute, like we all know what's going to happen. Chippendales
Wait, why do we all
usually
know what's going to happen? Don't
because
you
that's
trust?
what you're paying
Don't you
for.
trust me?
Well, that's what you're paying
Don't you
for.
trust me?
That's
Why
what
don't you?
The logic gets turned around. The logic gets turned around. Open marriages exist though, yeah, but that's their own choice. Again, everything should be established between the couples, even though I won't understand something like an open marriage, but it needs to be agreed upon within the relationship, within the bounds of the relationship. That's the thing.
Trust me. Why don't you trust me?
To have sex with
I
you.
can't believe you don't trust me.
Right. But that's paying them to have sex with you.
Okay, what do you think about this?
I just told you I wasn't going to. You don't trust me. Why would you go to a Chippendales?
Have no moral compass. Overwhelming majority of the US population of men have some level of morality. However, I feel most men would avoid a woman in the woods, avoid a false allegation charge.
Desert Joe, good to see you in the chat, man. Thank you for the TTS, very much
But
appreciated.
yeah, when we're going at it, I mean, you see how slippery that slope is, right? If I say, okay, well, I'm going to get a prostitute and I'm just going to talk with her, don't you trust me?
But then why not just go to a strip club?
I
at
don't
that point?
understand why that matters.
Because
Don't you trust me?
One is the intent to
Yeah,
sleep with someone.
wait.
The other one's a strip club. You're just sitting there
No,
looking.
it's-
Wait. All that matters here is the trust.
But that's not what they were saying. One's like a public setting, like Chippendales. It's just they're on the stage. You're looking at them. Getting a prostitute, you know why you're.
How
paying
does a
them.
man know that that's what's going on?
At Chippendales?
Yeah.
You get a prostitute
I got
just
that.
to go
I have
cuddle
an
and
example.
talk.
I'm sorry, at strip clubs, you know that this is true because you worked in these clubs. Don't women often prostitute themselves in the back strip clubs?
A portion of them.
Yeah.
How many people prostitute from Chippendales? Do
Oh,
you know
they do
stats
it.
on
They do
that?
it there too.
But if you get
Really?
a prostitute
Yeah.
on the street
Of course
or
they do.
something, that is what
Of course
they're
they do
doing.
that too. But that aside, right? Let's assume that they didn't.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about trust here.
Right, but it's different venues. You know,
So
like
what?
if you're paying a prostitute,
It's
like,
trust.
you know,
Trust is
You bring on trust and then you try to change the discussion when it's supposed to be on trust. It's like, no, the venue's the main issue. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You should never be looking at somebody else when you're in a committed relationship and you have boundaries established.
trust. I just want to talk to her about my feelings about how you don't trust me.
That's wild.
That is.
What's the
not
problem?
The
That's a
same
wild
thing.
statement. Yeah, that's completely different.
I don't understand. If it's trust, right, then you say, trust me to go look at naked men and do nothing. Okay.
I see what
Trust
you're
me,
saying.
hang on, trust me to go sit in a room with a naked prostitute and do nothing.
I think one's a bit more logical because it makes more sense. Like
They're
you're at a
both- it's the
bachelorette
same
party.
logic.
You're at a bachelorette party with a bunch of your friends. You're a lot less likely. I would
Okay,
say-
great. I'll go in the room with a prostitute with two of my friends.
Right, but everyone knows why you pay a prostitute, though.
Everyone
People
knows
pay
why
to-
you pay a stripper, though.
But everyone knows why you pay to go to Chippendales. It's
Yeah,
to,
what
like,
are you
watch
paying
the
to go to
show.
Chippendales for?
To watch the show.
You want to watch a bunch of dicks in your face?
I mean, I guess her friend did.
I
She
guess
took friends
so.
to
I
watch her.
guess so, right? It's like,
Can I
okay,
add
you can have a dick in your face and I should trust you, but I can't go up into a room with two of my friends with a prostitute and talk to her about my day? What the fuck? I just can't believe how little trust you have for me.
None, not at all.
Unbelievable.
I had an example here I wanted to provide, and then Oksana, I'll have you come in. But I mean, maybe you don't like the example.
I'm not
Andrew
married,
provided,
so
what
I've
about
never
this one?
tolerated a
You're married to a
woman.
man, and he has
Save
an
yourself
ex-girlfriend,
till your marriage, then
you're
learn
out
to
of town.
tolerate at that moment in time.
and he hangs out with her one-on-one alone. She comes over to the house, but he tells you, "Oh, nothing's going to happen." But you know for a fact that this woman actually has some sort of lingering romantic or sexual interest in your husband. Do you trust would you be okay with him one-on-one at night at your house, him hanging out with her?
I think it would be wrong on other end. I should do that.
Can you
and
be
he shouldn't
close?
do that.
Can you be closer?
You
to
shouldn't go to a strip club and you shouldn't go to a
That
strip
goes
club.
back to one's in public and one's like a show on a stage. Another one is someone who has feelings. And
So you'd be fine if he was hanging out with her in
But
public.
it's about trust.
I think it also comes into play what they're doing exactly. Like in this instance, it was for a bachelorette for her friend on a stage. They're watching the show, but the other one's like someone who has feelings
as long as
for
it's
them
as long as
at
it's
your
public,
house alone.
he can go out to dinner with his ex-girlfriend, right?
You know, there's all kinds
Hang on,
of...
he can go out to dinner with his
That's
ex-girlfriend.
completely different.
Why?
again,
It's
because
public.
She went to this place to watch a show.
Yeah.
Another one's like an intimate.
And
setting.
she went to this place to eat dinner.
Right, that's an intimate setting. This one is watching a show.
What do you mean?
on a
It's
stage.
public.
You buy tickets.
They can't eat dinner at Chippendales?
But one's more intimate.
Like what?
I guess you gotta know. Maybe you can. But one's more intimate. One's like an intimate setting.
What
where
is
there's-
intimate about having lunch?
There's feelings. You just said there were feelings.
Okay, I'm just gonna take out that you don't know if there's feelings or not. You have no clue. It's okay for your your current boyfriend or husband to go have dinner with their ex, right?
There were feelings though, and that's what matters. You know what I mean? They did care about each other at one point.
Oh,
So
got it. Okay,
But, I mean, who
got
knows?
it.
Maybe if there's-
And that's and you would expect, of course, that since you would be not okay with that, he wouldn't be okay with it back.
No, and that's okay.
Of course.
I shouldn't do that.
So if he wasn't okay with you going and having floppy dicks in your face, right? What's the problem?
But it was like a show up on a stage. I think was
So
the
what?
issue. It was
So what? She does. So why does a man? Why do you think that it's appealing to a man?
It's the women logic. It only the rules only matter because I have established they matter. It's so freaking degenerate. It's like, why do you want to have free will to do whatever you want, and you don't want the other party to have free will to do whatever they want?
To think that his wife's going to go look at naked men.
I just don't know that it's grounds for divorce. Maybe a discussion, maybe even therapy, but like
No, that's not what the grounds for divorce is. The grounds for divorce is not that she wanted, even though I think that's bad enough. It's that they pushed it. Why would you push to go look at other naked men if you're married to a man? That's a fucking horrible thing to do. Like that's such an over the top awful thing.
Yeah, like you can ask, like, let's say you never had the discussion and you're like, hey, I've been invited to this bridal, what is it called? An engagement party, or bachelorette party. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. A bachelorette party. I want to go with my friends, and it's going to be her first time, and we're going to experience so much and have a good time. And if your husband says no at that point, it's just like, can you explain why? Why do you feel this way? And then he gives you like his reasoning. You have to be like, okay. And then you could sit down and talk to them. But if you constantly keep pushing that you want to do that, just like, I've never experienced something like this. I've never, like, no. What the heck? What the heck?
You do. Tell me a lot about you. Tell me a lot about what type of person I was dealing
So
with.
say it wasn't even her idea, and it was her friend's bachelorette, and she just went to support.
She should have immediately been like, no, I'm not going to do that to my husband. That's unconscionable. What kind of horrible fucking bitch goes to their husband and says, hey baby, I'm just going to go to a bachelor party and look at naked dudes with my friends?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think he's going to say? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not ground. I trust you completely. What kind of fucking simp would do that? Hey, what kind of bitch made man
What
would
about
do
just
that?
going to like a regular bar with your girls? Like it's her birthday or something. You're going out to a club and you guys are going out for drinks and
Why are you going
dancing.
out to a club for?
Just celebrating your homegirl's birthday or something.
Yeah, I think that going out to like a public restaurant or something like that, not a club where you're grinding your ass on men.
Clubs, bars, obviously a strip joint. Like there are certain things which obviously already give a wrong connotation if you're going with a select group of people. Like if you're going to like a club or a bar with your significant other, I still think it's weird, but at least you're there with them. If you're going with just a bunch of guys or just a bunch of girls, that's very questionable. Going to like a restaurant with a bar, like an Applebee's, maybe that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal because it's still a restaurant. It's still a very public setting. It's still like one of those things where there are still our families around, so it doesn't get too crazy. But yeah, the fact that they're like, oh, a bar's fine. Like, no, there should always be, and it should always be established within the relationship. The issue here is the fact that the guy said no, and they're like, it's grounds for divorce if you do because you're betraying me. And then they're like, oh, that's being way too controlative, manipulative. When it's like, no, they obviously had different concepts of what establishes trust in a relationship and what is seen as trust broken.
Right? And
Who says that's
twerking on the
women?
dance
Like
floor.
there's a lot of girls that smack their own homegirls and ask them to dance.
What if they just keep to themselves, like in a section or something,
That
and they're not, they're not there to meet men. They just really want to celebrate their
Then why
friend.
don't they dance at home?
It's not the same setting because when you go out,
It's
like
not the same setting
What's
because
the
men can't
difference?
see you. Look.
Okay, what the difference is, I know like a lot of women can relate to this. It's like getting ready to go out with your girls. You guys are pre-gaming, listening to music. Everybody's picking out their
So you
outfits.
can still do that.
It's
Do all
fun,
that shit.
and you
Still
go
do
out.
Literally everything you just said, you could literally do at home. Then go downstairs to the room that you have the dance music in, and all of you can twerk together.
Still do it.
It's a different type of feeling. You go
Yeah,
out with the
because
DJ
there's
their
not
favorite
men.
song,
Because
or
there's
the
not
DJ
fucking men. Because
We
there's
can do
not
both.
men.
There's all the above. You go out like.
Plus, intoxication is a factor in those kinds of places. Yes, absolutely. The fact that she's talking about drinking before even heading out, that's the pregame. That's what that means. If you don't know, I mean, it took me years to find out what pregame meant because I heard people talking about it. I'm like, what the heck do they mean? And then they're drinking. I'm like, we're pregaming. Like, oh, you're just getting drunk before you go to the bar, so you don't have to spend so much at a bar. But yeah, like, in the end, it's just like, it's all just excuses. It's all just excuses to get lost and have fun and just, oh, if I get hit on, it just means I'm still attractive and I know my husband is a lucky man. You know, that kind of nonsense. If I get hit on a very attractive man who happens to have a lot of money, who knows? Maybe an accident will happen. Like that's the thing.
Okay, it's a different feeling. Okay, it was like we're all on the dance floor, we're dancing with each other. They play one of our favorite songs.
Why can't
Boom.
you do that at home?
Both. Why not both?
Yeah, well, okay, but my question to you is, minus the amount of penises around, What is the actual distinction between you doing everything you just said at your house with your girlfriends versus at a brick and mortar building where there's? Tell me. Hang on.
Nobody wants to be cooped up in the room.
Let me finish.
In the house.
Let me finish.
Go outside.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You can do all this outside, literally. You can literally walk outside and do every fucking thing you just stated right outside. Not kidding. I promise. You can get dressed. You can get ready. You can put on your mascara. You can put on your lipstick, and you can feel pretty. And you can get together with your girlfriends, and you go right in your backyard and bounce club music and dance to it. I assure you that you can do all of those things.
So it is fun as well. So you don't want to go with your friends and maybe go to a bar, or go out and
No.
get drinks and dance and hear music with your friends out in public?
Men don't dance with men.
Well, not dance, but like,
First of all,
I'm just saying, like, going to bars. I know a lot of men that are married that go to
and
bars.
here's what men do at bars. They walk into bars filled with other men. You know who's not usually hanging out at bars? Shitloads of single women, unless it's at single bars or fucking clubs where they're trying to hook up with the dudes. You know what your random corner bar looks like? It looks like a bunch of guys who are like me. And it looks like they have a bunch of beers like this, and they're all married, and they're all talking about nonsense you don't fucking care about.
Yeah, they're talking about politics. They're talking about work. They're talking about just like, yeah, there are no women at like the regular dive bars. Like well, I can't say that. I've been to maybe one or two when I was basically a sober driver, and there were a few. But they were normally like the village bicycle. You know, they're there for a particular purpose.
They're talking about their lawnmowers and their grass heights, and they're talking about they're talking about how annoyed they are at the property taxes, right? They are definitely not the type of people you are talking about here. Okay? So yes, I think it's totally fine for men to go out to the bar, because that's what the fucking bar for men looks like.
I think just going outside. Honestly, I don't like
versus,
up in the
can
house.
I go to the club, honey, so I can twerk my ass all over the dance floor around a bunch of other? Why can't you do it here? I don't get the same feeling. It's like, I was like, what?
Oh my
what
God.
did you think?
They will understand.
I don't get the same feeling.
Does the kind of bar matter though? Like, say she wants to go to a dive bar with her friends. Like, honestly, I love a good dive bar. You know, like, does that matter?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it matters, the club setting, versus like, okay, you have a neighborhood bar and your girlfriend Kelly down the street, you're gonna go have a drink at the bar with her, right? That's a whole different thing than I'm gonna get dressed up, skanked up, and because it gives me the good feeling. And yeah, don't lie, it's skanked up. They're gonna wear the night clothes, the lady of the night clothes, right? Busty chest, short skirts, and they're going out to the club dressed like that, right? To get the feeling.
Like for me, even bars too much. Like I would be like the local restaurant that sells alcohol, that has like a bar counter. That is as far as I will go. That is as far as like I will be okay with my wife doing. If she was like, I want to go to the bar, I want to go here at the corner store or the corner bar on the main street and just hang out with my friends. I mean, my wife doesn't drink, but you know, I'm just saying, if this was the case, I'd be like, no. Applebee's, I think Olive Garden, I think maybe Sizzlers, like where they have like that bar section that basically nobody's ever there. Or maybe a church group is there. But that's it. You don't get the alcoholics, you don't get the single ladies, you don't get the guys looking for a girl. It's just the people there to sit down and have a drink and maybe talk with a friend, maybe have a group activity, talking with like a, yeah, again, every single family, every single relationship has its own rules and regulations in it. And you just got to talk with your significant other to find them out.
Right? Of what? Why can't you do that at home? What is the feeling you're after? We know what the feeling is. And it's like, fine. If that's what the feeling is, the feeling of male attention, then yeah, of course your man's not going to be okay with that. Why would he ever be okay with that? Versus, oh, hey, honey, me and Chuck are going to go down to the bar where there's 3 other guys who you know are always down there because they're barflies, right? And then any given time she walks in, the only thing she has to do is drag your drunk ass out of the fucking bar. The only thing that's hitting on anything in that bar is your head on the fucking bar after you've had too many drinks. It's like, that's the male bar experience.
I thought you meant period. Like they shouldn't go out at all. You know, like not even a dive bar.
No, it has to comport with reason.
That's fair.
But it's beyond obvious that women who are going and dancing in skimpy outfits at the club who say, don't you trust me, are being very fucking disingenuous. Because there is no male alternative which we can present. And because there's no good male alternative we can present other than Brian saying, okay, fine, I'm going to go out with an ex-girlfriend. No, that's not okay. That's
Because
insane.
That's one-on-one.
Yeah,
And there
yeah.
are feelings
But
that
what are these distinctions? They're just made up nonsense distinctions.
Well, it's just
There's no
intimate.
intent on trying to get
How? Right. Okay, honey. There's
I
no
have something
intent.
else.
Honey, there's no intent. I'm just going out with my ex-girl. There's no intent.
But there were feelings at one point, and that's proven.
But there's not feelings now. Sounds like you don't trust
But
me.
the thing is, the feelings did exist, so it's more likely.
So what? It's likely from her. Who cares about her? Don't you trust me?
Well, what if she doesn't trust her? Then it's just
Yeah,
different.
right. That's the point. Right.
Yeah.
What if he does? What if you don't trust her? Don't you trust me?
Then why is he going?
Okay,
Maybe
right. Then
not.
why are you going? it's
But
the
not
same.
meeting with
It's the
one
same
person,
logic.
it's not as
It's literally the
intimate.
same logic.
It's not as intimate. It's not meeting with one person.
Oh, okay. It says who? I think a man thinks that if you're looking at naked men, that's pretty fucking intimate. Not gonna lie. I think
not
that's
really
pretty
intimate.
intimate.
Yeah.
Like, how's that not intimate? Honey, I'm gonna go with my friends to look at naked
I mean,
dudes
he's gonna
dancing.
dress
Oh,
naked.
that's not intimate, honey. Have a good day. Have fun. It's like, of course he's gonna be upset. Of course.
So I'll just add one word, not so long like you guys. For me, it's
Sorry
black
if
and
we
white.
interrupted your
Whatever.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You finished, right?
No.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, so it is black and white. Cheating is anything that stimulates you sexually other than your partner. So whatever it is, corn, whatever it is, that
But again, it has to be established in the relationship because some couples don't believe having another person to be intimate with is cheating. Some couples don't think watching pornographic videos is cheating. Some couples don't. Yeah, it all depends on the couple itself. But you have to establish the boundaries. You have to establish the rules. Because she's talking about, oh, it's already cheating. Like, no, it depends on the dynamic of the couple. It really does.
or whatever, the dancing or whatever. For men, looking at the girls who are doing all exotic dancing or whatever, it is also cheating. For women, whatever stimulates you sexually, it is also cheating on your partner. It is like a little seed that goes into your mind, then creates a certain fantasies, then creates a certain ideas, creates a certain thoughts, creates certain actions.
Yeah, like I would say, maybe certain books guys and girls shouldn't be reading. Maybe because that's literally unless you're reading the book and your fantasy is your significant other, it's like no, definitely not, especially if you're reading a book about a bull. How can you picture your significant other as a bull? Don't answer that.
Then creates habits, and then it creates divorces.
So like
It-
micro cheating, like even if you're
But
smart.
that's how it starts, even with drugs. It starts the same way, little by little. You put that seed in there, and it's going to start cultivating, start growing there. So whatever stimulates you sexually, other than your partner, is cheating. And we were talking about knuckles or whatever. I mean, that goes even without saying.
Emotionally.
Now, what? Again, when I'm coaching
Thank you,
my
cool.
female
Yep,
clients,
yep, it is
when we're
true.
talking about relationships or whatever, I'm
Establish
telling them
boundaries.
that when they start changing their circle, when they start developing their relationships, they are with someone, their circle should be changing. There's no more like single girlfriends. The new surroundings should be successful couples. Whatever you want your relationship to lead, wherever you want your relationship to become, surround yourself with those type of examples, those role models. Otherwise, it will go downhill.
So I want to go around the table. Kind of, I want to dive into the whole, going out to bars, clubs, parties, this sort of thing. So going around the table, if your boyfriend told you, let's say you were inclined to go out to parties or bars or clubs, and your boyfriend told you he didn't want you to go out and do this anymore, would you stop?
Yeah.
Yes. If my wife insisted anything of me, I'd stop. I mean, I'm a stubborn goat, but I'd stop. Especially if it involved like something that's obviously I already see as a red flag.
Honestly, I have like in relationships.
Into the mic?
In relationships, I have before. Yes.
It would be a discussion. I think I'm an extrovert. I like to go out. I like to party. I like to have fun. And kind of, if he's like the one that doesn't, especially if he doesn't want to go with me, then it's gonna be kind of like, well, you compromise.
So the discussion is, this is a boundary for me. Don't want you to go out anymore. You continue to going out, the relationship's over. That's the discussion. Is you breaking up? Or are you saying, I love you, let's stay together, I'm not gonna go out anymore?
I think I probably won't go out anymore. That sucks ass.
Yes, I would stop going out.
She's missing a tooth.
I'm sober and I don't go out, but if I did, I would be willing to stop.
You'd be willing to stop.
Absolutely stop.
Yeah, I would. I'm a DJ, so no.
What if he was rich
No.
and he could support your... Yeah.
I love my job and I love what I do. So
It's your
no.
passion. Hell yeah.
So you would choose your job over the relationship, over your man?
Yeah.
You would choose your job over your man?
If somebody doesn't support
Wait, can I ask you what's the purpose of a job?
to make money.
Let's say he was
But
willing
it's
to
also,
provide for you.
I mean, it's also a passion. If somebody asks you to stop your podcast,
Well,
you have
I mean-
to pay, you know?
But if he
If somebody,
pays you,
hold on, somebody comes along and says, Brian, stop your podcast for fucking $10 million. I might stop that shit.
I wouldn't.
Maybe I need a bit more.
I
Maybe a bit
wouldn't.
more than this.
Maybe
personally, I
a bit
wouldn't.
more.
I need
It
a bit
depends on how much he makes.
Well, you could still like do your little DJ
I've
at the house.
for the last 6-7 years I've been learning how to engineer music, and I put like dedicated all my stuff.
Yeah, you could do that at home.
I could do that at
Then you
home,
never see
but
it pay off.
Would pay off as in money?
No, just like you never see your art.
I get
fruition.
I get the dopamine rush. I have fun. I'm also sober. I don't do it.
Okay.
I just hang out, do my thing.
All right, would not sacrifice your career for your husband? Okay. What about you?
Yes, definitely.
Anissa, do you party or?
I would stop.
And you have a boyfriend, right? So if he asked you to, but do you go out and party?
Not very often.
Not really. Okay. And then I kind of want just a show of hands on this. So I have like 7 questions, just kind of show of hands. Do you guys agree that men and women flirt differently? Show of hands. The way we flirt is different. Like the way we might try to get a partner is going to be different. Show of hands. Yes. Okay. Sort of similar question. Do you agree that men and women go about finding a partner differently? Do you agree that men are typically pursuers and women are the pursued?
I would say yes, but I'm the outlier. I was hunted down and shot. I was hunted down. I used to watch this show just for that Thai girl with helmet. Oh, okay. She's in a relationship apparently. But yeah, like normally men are the pursuers. We tend to be a very aggressive lot in general. It comes from that, hunter-gatherer mindset, like going out, like from the caveman, you go out, you get meat. You bring home meat. Bigger meat means you get best girl type of mindset. So we bring meat, we get best girl type of thing. We're always the ones to pursue and be like, here's my meat. That sounds bad. Here's my kill. Here's my kill. I take you now. That kind of thing. That's literally where where society's at. But I do got to say that men tend to be the ones that are more aggressive with it. Like for me, I had given up on it because the West is so cooked that I was like, I'm not even bothering. I was not even bothering until my wife basically harpooned me. And I've been like, if anyone's seen Moby Dick, yeah, she's Ahab. She's Ahab. I'm the white whale that just kept swimming, and now she's like tailing along with me, wrapped around me, and till the end. I didn't even think that was gonna work, but I'm like, yeah, she's Ahab in this situation. I'm the white whale. And she's being dragged along everywhere with me because I'm never gonna let her go. I can't let her go.
Show of hands. Okay. Do you agree that men are more likely to approach women than the reverse?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like it can happen both ways.
How many times have you approached a guy?
Up, woman.
I feel like a lot. Not like a lot, but like I feel like I've done it before.
What do you mean you feel like you've done it before?
I don't like those people that can't speak. I don't like those people that do this and just talk at the microphone. They're like right here, and then they just make the quietest sounds because they're just not trying to speak up. And I'm a loud talker. I am generally a loud talker. Everyone thinks I'm yelling when I'm not yelling. It's freaking ridiculous. I just have a loud projecting voice, which I guess works for when I'm recording. I'm just inherently a loud person. But yeah, I mean, I hate this kind of talking. It's so annoying when you hear this. Nobody can hear me. I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't completely agree. I feel like I'm doing other. It's like if you have that kind of voice, there's no way you're approaching guys. There's no way you're approaching guys if you have that kind of voice. They can't hear you.
What does that even mean?
It means I feel like I've done it before. Like
You
I think
feel
I've
like you've done it before?
Yeah, I've approached people that I've had interest in before, so I think it's possible that women do that also.
That's not the question. Okay, so have more men approached you than you have approached men?
Yes. That's the question.
I'm sure I'll answer it differently than I'll raise my hand.
But the question was, do you agree that men are more likely to approach women?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Do you agree that men are active and women are passive generally when it comes to dating? Okay. Do you agree that men are more likely to put themselves, do you agree that women are more likely to put themselves in a position to be approached?
Yeah.
That's for the whole panel.
Yeah.
All right. So I think to make my point here, so once people get into a relationship and they agree to be exclusive, monogamous, there is this sort of societal understanding that both
Sunday
parties
show?
should not
I'll have
actively
to
be
check it
pursuing,
out.
right? Like if you're in a relationship.
Same crap is happening in India, unfortunately. Tier 1 cities, when people are westernized, we are seeing the same rise in adultery, divorce, and either biased law, even live in can get you jailed. Yeah. Again, see it firsthand. Like I said, one of the things with, especially in India, it has had such a progressive moved way too quickly. Like in the past, what is it, like 12, 13 years now, where everyone has access to the internet. When it used to be like a small majority of India had access to, now it's like 95% of Indians all have internet access. So of course the kids now that are growing up with more access than their parents did are going to be more juvenile than, well, because they're getting way too westernized. They're getting way too westernized way too quickly. Like India's speed running its first world problems. It's literally speed running its first world problems. Best voice for deaf? Yeah. I can make people deaf. But yeah, that's the issue. Like India speed running everything.
A girl shouldn't slide into a dude's DMs. A guy shouldn't slide into a woman's DMs. But here's the catch, right? Based off of all your answers, women rarely or never.
It would become harder and harder in India to find a nice girl. Yes, it will. I'm lucky that. Yeah, I kidnapped one of them. Because she got tied up to the white whale that is me. So I dragged her back home with me, sailing across the sea.
Pursue actively. So there's no societal standard that dictates when women get into relationships. Women, you guys, stop your behavior and conduct, which is the way that you guys get men, right? So for example, you might not slide into a guy's DMs, but you'll post a revealing photo. Mm-hmm. You might not approach a man at a bar, but you'll go to a bar with the expectation that men are going to come to you. So like girls, you won't go out to a bar and actively approach 10 guys in a row with game the same way a man would. Guy goes up, gets rejected, next girl. Girls don't do that. Women will go out to a bar though and wait around for guys to approach them. You won't slide into DMs, et cetera, post revealing photos. But when men say that we want you to give up your means of flirting, posting revealing photos, putting yourselves in positions to be approached, going to the bar, it's met with like massive resistance. And so you want to paint us as like controlling, but it seems like a fair proposition given the very real differences between men and women. We give up our edge. You guys need to give up your edge. Yep. Is that a fair proposition? So that's why, to get to your thing, we don't want you going to the bar and club because that's how you flirt.
Yep. You go there, you get all dressed up, you want to get all jazzed out. So that way, that's the thing. The women enjoy it. Why? Because there is something about being perceived as beautiful that women enjoy. They thrive on that kind of emotional stimulation. The fact that they get to feel beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with getting the approval of being beautiful, but it should come from, well, your spouse. And if the significant other is not literally needing to go out to achieve that, speaks more about the stubborn spouse in question, the husband in question, then it really like that's how I see it. Like if my wife was like, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go to the bar, even though she doesn't drink, I'd be like, oh crap, I've screwed up. I've screwed up. I need to correct things. But it's always about like seeking validation. Yeah, they're seeking validation because they're probably not getting it back at home. But that's the thing. That's how I would perceive it. But in the end, some of the times women just like the approval. They like the feel of that kind of, oh, guys always think I'm attractive. I don't need you. Like they could use that over their husband, or just like, you're lucky you have me because any guy would be happy to take me. You know, that kind of weird mindset.
If I go to the club, ain't one girl coming to talk to me. I can go to a club 100 nights in a row. No girl's coming to me to come talk to me. You go to the club with certainty, you're gonna get like multiple guys coming to you. It's a given. So with that said, don't date chicks who go to the club, bar, party. Get your girl in line.
We're curving all of them.
I feel like guys will go to the club and cheat too. Like I have guy friends that will go just with the intent to cheat on their girl. You know?
Yeah,
so I think
but of course they're going to speak to.
Perhaps. Like I know guys that will go out to clubs.
Like that's the thing. She's like, oh well, guys will go out to clubs. Yes, but the thing is, they have to be the one to initiate. A woman can go to a club. They don't have to initiate anything. They will just receive all the attention. Is a guy taking the first step to cheat, like, you know, to initiate a conversation at a club with a girl when they're in a relationship, cheating? Yeah, absolutely. But a girl even being there to begin with, knowing the kind of attention she's going to make, knowing that she's going to be perceived as an item, I personally believe would be seen as cheating as well. Because you're going there knowing wholeheartedly how people will perceive you. Because even though the guy can be turned down, you can turn down others. Even though the guy can be said, yes, I'll go out. And then he's just like, no, I'm married. I was just testing my game. Just like the woman can say, oh, yeah, I would love to, but I'm married. Both of which I still see as cheating. It shouldn't be. There's like no real discussion. It's like in the end, most of them know what they're doing. They're just trying to rationalize it in a, well, I wouldn't approach somebody. Well, yeah, of course not. Of course not. You don't have to. Welcome to America. But yeah, that's, I hadn't seen one of those in a while. It's good. I'm glad my wife recommended that one. Because yeah, there's always something. Again, the things are different for women than there are for guys. That's why you need to find where the commonality and where the lines are for each of you, for your significant other. And I think if you're not in a relationship, figure it out beforehand so you can go into a relationship with an idea of where is your line and where is it allowed to be, moved a bit. Like, you need to plant a flag in the sand for the thing you will absolutely not budge on, but there should be a line before the flag which you can allow, like, okay, we can allow some movement here, give and take. There should always be some give and take, or it's a relationship. But the thing is, in the end, you need to have like a morality flag that you have planted in in the sand, where you're like, this will never budge. And if they're trying to break it, then it's not going to work out.
You guys got a video? What's so bad?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.